So when it comes to nature, the environment that I live in, or does it come to nurture those who love me, those who protect me, those who take care of me? As a father, I say that I am priest, provider, and protector. That's what I am in my groups. I'm the priest, I'm the provider, and I'm the protector. That means the priest, the spiritual man over their lives. That means I speak spiritual things to them. I live a spiritual, godly life around them. That says priest. As provider, meaning I take care of them. Financially, I give money and I buy them things, and I take them to the mall. Girls like to go to the mall. What's that? Hair did everything, did nails, did everything, did you fancy, huh? So in order for my daughter to get there, she relies on me. She called me the other day. She said, "Daddy, I got an idea." She says, "How about you give me $100 every 2 weeks?" I said, "Honey, okay, we'll talk about that." But when I thought about it, I said, "You know what? This is what I'll do. The cash, because I buy all the other stuff." I said, "I tell you what, I'll give you $100 cash a month. Not every 2 weeks. That's a little bit much, even on my part." So that's as provider. Then as protector, I have to see that no harm comes to her. I got to make sure she's safe. When something's about to go down, I got to make sure I'm protecting her. I'm covering her. So that's what we have to remember. As fathers, we have to do our job. Meaning when our kids come to school, we have to prepare them for a good education. I consider myself to be her first teacher. First teacher. This brother here holding his son, he is his son. I see his wife back there. He is his son's first teacher. That means we have to make sure they know the basics. Numbers, alphabets, how to write their name. Can I say something to you guys that's very sad to me? When I first started working in high school and I became an advocate, when kids would show me their paper or write their names, I couldn't even read it. It didn't even look like alphabets to me, guys. I'm being serious. It was sad. It didn't even look like alphabets. I'm like, wait a minute, what letter is that? I've never seen that letter before. But when we have to value education, let's go back to the struggle. Let's go back to the struggle. Because the struggle was they didn't want us to be educated. Years ago, they didn't want us to read a book. Now our kids don't even want to get close to a book. They want nothing to do with reading at all. And when I heard these beautiful kids reading this morning, that warmed my heart. That gave me joy. That you guys are teaching them how to read. That's vitally important. Let's talk about this. Listen, the statistic has been taken that some of our kids are the smartest from grades 1 to 4. Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu talks about this in one of his books, and he says that when our kids get to a certain age and they don't see people who look like them, they get discouraged. They get heartbroken. Because all the time, see, when kids are young, especially boys, they got a lot of energy, don't they? They got a lot of energy. And if you are a teacher and you're frustrated and that kid don't look like you, you begin, to be honest with you, there's teachers who don't like students. I mean, you're in the education system and you don't like students. I just can't fathom that in my mind. How are you in education and you don't like kids? And in fact, if you're not careful, they will infect you with their stuff. Because trust me, they try to infect me. And I'm saying, no, I don't believe that about that kid. That kid can learn. I said, you just have to be firm with them, and you have to be fair. Be firm, but be fair. Don't single that kid out and thinks that there's something wrong with him or wrong with her. So I'm talking about where I am. I go there every day. You know, I'm like the kids who are some of my most talented kids. And let me share this with you. They don't miss a day. They come to school every day. I'm thinking, if he could just stay home for one day, it might be all right. Guess what, guys? I might not get cussed out today if he stay home. I'm serious. There's some kids that, not so much now, but there's some kids that was in my school, this is my 5th year at Annapolis High, that would actually cuss me out. And they wouldn't have no problems in doing it. So I said, look, I'm not going to take it personal. They're just words. It's not like I never heard them before. It's just I ain't never heard them coming from a young person like that before. And to be honest, when I first got there, I was a little discouraged. You know, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. These kids ain't talking like this. Not to grown adults. Then I had to change, because my thing was first is, if you cuss me out, I'm writing you a referral. I just gotta do it, because I can't let you think that you can cuss me out and it's okay. I just can't let you think that. You can't do that. I just can't do that. So as I've grown through the years and I've got strength, I had to begin to think that, guess what? I gotta have a different approach. If the kid came back, he got suspended and came back, I would still speak to them the next day. I would still, say good morning to them, hello. I would do that. But then I had to start thinking, as I was there, how can I help to reduce, because this is what's going on, guys. If you guys heard of Dr. Michelle Alexander, she wrote a book called The New Jim Crow. And she talks about from the prison to the pipeline. I'm sorry, from education to the pipeline of prison. So what she's saying is that, I might didn't get that all right, but let me kind of explain what it is. She talks about how kids are basically being prepared. Instead of getting an education, they're preparing them for prison. And unfortunately, we have a criminal justice system that is downright criminal and downright unjust when it comes to African American males, particularly. And guess what, guys? And the rate of African American females is growing. Now I don't have Facebook or Twitter or any of those social media stuff, but there are kids who are always watching stuff where we're beating up each other, or insulting each other, or jumping each other. So kids sometimes, when I tell them, hey, why you guys fighting each other? Why you doing that stuff to each other? And then I said, you know what? I know what it is. Jay-Z said it. He said, you know what? He said, you're blindfolded. Expect to walk a straight line, mind molded, taught to love you, but hate mine. We hate each other. We hate each other. We fight each other. Listen, they fight each other in the building, not every day now, because that's not true, because a lot of that has stopped. And I contribute, a lot of that is because God is working in people in the building, and I know that his power is in me, so there's certain things I do to make sure if confrontation, not just me only, but there's other people in the building who do things to stop that kind of quarreling among each other. We have to stop fighting each other. So the Bible goes and say, so if you're spiritual, restore one another in the spirit of meekness and gentleness and love and kindness. So when I talk to students, I'm trying to restore them to the right frame of mind in a loving, godly way. I can't just come at them anyway. Look, let me tell you, there's some adults in my building who talk to kids.